Everyone, welcome to the Defensive Film Study. For today's exciting episode, we're actually going to look at Michigan's offense and we're going to show you what they like to do, how that relates to the Texas defense, and what we need to do, aka be disciplined and sound versus a rushing offense to get that 10th win. I want to see you over on Inside Texas, though. You can join for just $1 right now for new members only. Awesome board analysis, team news, recruiting slash portal mania, coaching changes, all that jazz. Gentlemen, let's roll the tape. First play, we have quarter one, first and 10, 15 on the clock. Ball's on Michigan's 25 here, and we're going to see a GT counter. Guard's going to kick out the edge, and then we're going to get a wrap from this tackle here. And Michigan loves this play. They're very run focused. They're very offensive line focused, and they do this part really, really well. So let's get a look. They bring that receiver in motion. You'll see they do that as well, though I think they get him to come and match up right here and just slow this guy down. So they also do a good job of getting the littles on the littles as well and trying to get good matchups. So that guard and tackle pull out, you see the kick right there. That's running back Marshall. Justice Haynes has been hurt, but their second string running back has also been really, really effective there. So they kick out, pull up to that second man, attacking the boundary. Blocking all looks solid. And of course, this is Ohio State, so this is a solid team. And then they're able to keep on going. Good contact balance, missed tackle there. And they keep doing work for an explosive. You're going to see a lot of this. All right, whoever's clip this was, holler at me.
I got you. All right, so first of all, this is just your basic counter. Great run there by 2-3 on Michigan. But if we can go back to, nothing we haven't seen before probably as Texas fans and on these tapes. But we're going to see that wide receiver starts off. So he's going to start off, which means we're already aware of the motion. So we're already aware to our end over. We basically treat this as if like it's already like the position it ends up being, which is 5-0, which you can only do here in college. And that basically gets your numbers, big guys matched up on little guys. And, you're going to take this run every single time you can, honestly. And they just run counter into the boundary here and hit a hole.
And those linemen, they move well. So if we
look
at the end zone here, and of course, Sharon Moore, offensive line guy, and then Harbaugh, the whole program was about offensive line. But you see how well.
Oh yeah.
Like these guys.
You see 54, how like when I say numbers and size, I mean, clearly you want this. That tackle is going to climb all the way to the secondary. And then as you can see, this is a perfect angle. But with this motion, all it does is get that linebacker in the middle, the Will, to just move enough on the other side of the hash. And him getting on the other side of the ball gives the offensive lineman that's going to climb to him such an advantage right here. And they're gonna have such a better angle, and it's gonna be much harder for this linebacker to get over the top. And a matter of fact, he actually gets sealed.
Yeah, and then you see easy stuff. Tight end is just going to help down block. It's all very simple and sound and well executed. And then that tight end's able to take that mic, like you said, that worked his way over here, took himself out of the play, works to that. This guy's able to easily get his block, and then 54 is on, I guess, a safety here. So this is a simple run, and you see how much green grass is here. It's just well executed, fun football, nothing revolutionary. They just are doing it really well. And then 2-3 here, this back, even though he wasn't the starter to start the season, it's also performing well. So we need to get prepared for that. Drew, what do you think?
No, I just think I don't know how we're being coached on this, but I say us, but the DN for number 97 for Ohio State, when that tight end disappears and they just leave you hanging right there, you almost want to stay as flat as you can to the line of scrimmage and stay squared if you can. He gets upfield and just naturally creates that crease. So if you've watched this game or if you watch a lot of Michigan's runs, I mean, they're designed to go inside of these kick out blocks. And so it really doesn't help if you're getting depth or you're getting upfield because they're just planning to run this downhill. And there's also 5 men in the box. So Michigan's going to do whatever the numbers give them. And these are all easy, already well-positioned, already built-in leverage blocks. I mean, every lineman has the easiest block ever. They just basically turn their hips to the guy who they already have leverage on. And for those guys where there aren't leverage in the path of where the run is going, they're pulling a lineman to come kick them out. So they'll do this all day. They'll do this all day. We're going to have to really coach the ends on how to attack this and be physical, especially if we don't have numbers in the box, because this could definitely happen if we're not sound and making the play, and the guys who are supposed to be making the play aren't making the play where it's intended to go.
Yeah, and if safety, whoever's going to be that boundary safety that's going to be responsible for the B or whatever, be aware of that too, because they're going to run it towards your side, and we've seen some issues with that prior in the season. So, and we're about to watch another. It's a different variation of counter, but you'll see they run it again because we really want to impress upon you that they're good at this, and they do it a lot. Next up, we have first quarter, 2nd and 3. So now we're in short yardage, 12:06 on the clock. Ball's on Ohio State's 32 here. You're going to see a GY counter. So what you're going to notice here is they are in 12 personnel, so 2 tight ends. They also have a fullback here, so you can do 13, however you want to do it. But they're going to go heavy set, see how many guys are on the line and on the ball. And then they're actually going to use this guy right here as he squats down like an old school kind of fullback. And you're going to see the same play, but from a different personnel grouping with some different players. They're going to move that number 10 that's going to go in motion again. So once again, a lot of motion to where they can get their wide receivers in the way as well. You're going to see 53 work for a kick out here. Same thing we saw. Kick out block. And then 42 is going to lead up and clear the way for number 23 here. So same concept, different people. See, nice move by 23 there. He's shifty. He's able to kind of skirt right through there. So the back is really talented as well. So we're going to have to be able to get him down. And, this is Ohio State. Drew, why'd you pick this one? You guys both keyed in on the counters as linebackers.
Yeah, I mean, this film reminds me a lot of, and they aren't even as complex as Georgia, but it reminds me of the Georgia film. You're watching some of these concepts, and it naturally sets up the lineman for success. They're not having to go reach anybody. They're not having to go. You can be an inferior lineman, and if you have leverage, you can just wall off the guy while everyone else who's pulling does the rest of the work. So we're going to have to be sound and going to have some really clean rules, because you saw whether they're in 11 personnel and having 2 or 3 receivers displaced from the box, or when they come in with a condensed set like this, they can know exactly how you're lined up, and the rules are the same. Everyone just turns back and just blocks they're already naturally leveraged. And if we go to the end zone, it probably shows a better look. But yeah, they're just going to block whoever they're naturally leveraged to block. and it just naturally just opens up the space. And so they do this so cleanly and so frequent. I'd like to think, with so many days to prepare, we'll know where we need to disrupt and how we'll need to be physical at the point of attack, because this is designed to sneak right and inside that kick out block. And they're all coached to see it really well. It's right where they practice it. It's right where they plan on it being all throughout the week.
How you feeling, Jet?
I can run counter till the cows come home. I'll tell you that much. I love it.
My
First of
favorite
all,
run.
it's my favorite. I think if you go back to the beginning, the only thing I have to point out, in the way I see this pretty much not happening with us, is first of all, I think it's a beautiful design that they motion that receiver. Once they motion that receiver, it literally catches the DN's eyes for just enough to where they can really widen that gap a lot. I think it's beautiful, but if you see he's going to go in motion, he's going to catch this DN. He's going to go boom. He's going to jump him just enough to kind of make him slow down a hair second to where this guy can pull a little bit farther and create a little gap. I think that's beautiful. I think we should steal that. I've never seen that before. That's awesome. Here's the only thing I don't like about it is our cornerback is definitely going to trigger way faster than that. And because he does go way outside of him like that and give him his fake, he kind of loses inside leverage and doesn't have a good attacking angle and comes from outside in. And so as long as we play attack fast, downhill, that cornerback or the safety, whoever they decide to drop it and do it on, I'm not really too worried. I see them triggering fast, especially because they're going to be running this a lot. And that's exactly what I see happening. Yeah, I think he's going to be too far outside. We're going to trigger fast inside. We'll hit it. Hopefully it doesn't have to get to that level. Hopefully our linebackers and DNs can, make this thing bounce horizontal. But if it ever does come to that, specifically, I guess, with this play and this play design, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a big play right there from the cornerback, because we're going to need it regardless because he's the only one.
Third quarter, 1st and 10, 10:07 on the clock. Ball's on Michigan's 20 here, and you're going to see a seam versus cover 3. We bring up cover 3 because we run a lot of cover 3. All right, so you're going to see a sit down here to occupy this corner, and then they're going to fire a seam up here. This is a weakness of the cover 3 defense. That's why teams are targeting it. And you're going to see Ohio State covers it really well. And Bryce Underwood decides he's going to throw that regardless. And it's a nice throw. I don't know if on that week of practice, I would have told him to throw it, but hey, this kid has a special arm too. He's single reading here, drops back. You're going to see this triangle of coverage here close really well, but still Michigan is able to get it done. And boom, right between two guys. So I don't think our coverage is going to look this tight either. So I think they're going to have a lot more success in that regard. But be aware, they're going to throw the seams. Teams have done it all year. We are a cover 3 defense. Expect to see this from Michigan. Drew, why'd you grab this one?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that stands out to me on this is he is really decisive, and I know he's being coached that way. I mean, this was most of his throws during this game were single look. You know exactly where he was going. I mean, there were throws even when I saw they were in press man, and they were running a 5-yard curl. He'd go straight to a guy who was in press man just because he knows his guy. But what stands out here to me is Ohio State actually does not play this. I mean, they play this far more aggressive than we do, as far as this DB who comes down and is supposed to be playing inside out of this receiver. We usually don't turn our hips and turn and run with that in cover 3. But when you see the safety, he's over the safety on the opposite hash. If you go back to pre-snap, your look right away, if you're a quarterback and you know they're in the zone, and you know that seam's going to be there, is you're going opposite of that safety. So you're betting that safety won't get there and that corner won't be able to play that on that hash. So you just attack that hash automatically. After this, yep, right there. So regardless of who you're playing, regardless of the situation, we can see even when there's a guy playing inside and underneath, that he has the confidence and the wherewithal to throw. I mean, that's the place to go with the ball. So if he'll go at it with them in this type of coverage with somebody in his view, he'll definitely attack it if we're playing it a little bit softer and not playing inside out. So that's going to be my concern. I don't have really too many concerns with them in the passing game as I was watching film, but with the amount of cover 3 we play and just how decisive he was hitting this seam route, it's definitely something to take a look at and be on the lookout for.
Yeah, they're running offense, but they can get into this really quick. This can get some cheap explosives, right? Especially if you're hyper-focused on the run. Drew, are you unimpressed? Let me know.
Am I what now?
No, not Drew. Jed, are you unimpressed?
Oh, yeah. I think he's got some cojones on him. I'll tell you that much for throwing this ball. I think we should have about 4 or 5 interceptions if he's going to just throw it like this. I think this is on us to take these things away. He's a young guy, let's show him how our DBs play down south, as far as I'm concerned, because this is crazy if he's throwing this.
Yeah.
So I think we should have a field day in the back, as long as we get the pressure to him up front. Should be a good day for the Horns, but it should be an exciting game too. Obviously they run the ball really well, which helps their pass game, but that's what I think of the throw.
Yeah, the power of the one read is he knows where he's going, and if it's not there, he's going to be able to kill you. But that's all. This is also the downside of the single.
The downside is I also know where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. But so it was a ballsy throw. It was a nice throw, but like I said, when we're rewatching that tape, I would probably say, hey, man, nice throw, but let's not make that, or at least maybe try to hit this outside receiver on a curl or something. But
yeah,
he's clearly kind of limited as a passer. We know how bright his future is going to be, but he's still learning the position. He can still kind of do things that are a tad bit risky, but with a special arm, sometimes it can pay off. Are you ready to love your kitchen and bathroom again? Luxe Kitchen and Bath will bring that to life. Luxe has been offering high-end kitchen and bathroom remodels for 3 generations throughout the greater Austin area. With 5-star review after 5-star review on Google and Facebook and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can put your faith in Luxe Kitchen and Bath's award-winning designers and skilled craftspeople to bring your dream vision to life. But that's not all. Luxe's all-star team also provides full home remodels, large additions, and even commercial build-outs as well. So call Luxe Kitchen and Bath at 833-358-LUXE today, or visit luxekitchenbath.com to discover where quality meets luxury and begin the process of transforming your home. Get your free quote today by calling 833-358-LUXE. That's LUXE, or by visiting luxekitchenbath.com. Contact info is in the description. All right, quarter 2, 1st and 10, 5:10 on the clock. Ball is on OU's 47 here. You're going to see a flood concept rollout, simple clear out route here. This guy is then going to go here, and then I believe the back is the one that's going to eventually work out. So just 3 levels. This route here is generally never thrown. It's meant to take a safety or anybody away. This is kind of your money throw right there. And then if it's not there, you just check down to the back. Very, 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 very common. One of the most common passing concepts in football. See it all the time. Once you learn that concept, it's everywhere. And you're going to see them using Bryce Underwood's athleticism. If you remember this game, they barely let him off the leash. It was frustrating how much they didn't let Bryce Underwood do in this game versus OU. Then he started making some throws, and you were like, oh, I see why they're not letting him do anything. But quick rollout here to get the athletic quarterback on his feet, and then a good arm right here. It's going to target that out, and boom. So these quick little things are going to be important, and when they run a lot, they have a lot of guys on the line here. You can expect some type of run. Maybe they do a play action element with it. They don't here, but keep your eyes focused on the run, and then they can just kind of break out here and roll out and then hit that route. Jet, what did you like about this one?
Oh, I just think it's a complementary to how their play style and their play calling. I mean, you got the run, play action off of that. We know they're going to run it, so you know you're going to get some bite from the linebackers. In terms of play action, so they're going to step up, and then it's just an easy throw. He's athletic quarterback. You can get him out in space, so you ain't got to worry about a DN really chasing him down, and you got that tight end to really help seal that off. So this is just something you're going to see multiple times throughout the game. It's 3 layers, 3-level pass concept, super basic, but also very quarterback friendly and very play action friendly, and what I would call Michigan friendly or whatever, in terms of running the ball and having something complementary off of your run style.
True.
Oh man, this is one of those things when you watch it on film, it's just like you gotta hope you coach this better. I mean, they're on the opposite hash, or the hash is, I guess, just there's so much field. They're lined up right on top of the hash marks. They have so much space to the sideline, even more space to the sideline than the number. So in the pass game, you have to assume that's where they're going to attack you. In this corner, I just hate watching corners. I hate watching DBs. I hate watching linebackers just get lost in space without knowing where the routes are coming. There's no one immediately threatening this corner underneath. But if you're going to get your eyes back, go ahead and get depth. Get depth. You have to push for depth. You have to know your offense. You have to know that's where they want to attack you even before the ball is snapped, whether that be on the rollout, whether that be just on the natural route he's going to run. But you can come back up to make the play in front of you, and you have help in front of you. If you're not getting depth, when you see both of those receivers run right past you, you're losing. You're setting up for failure. So this is just one of those things. If we're playing zone, whether we're playing cover 2, whether we're playing some type of, I don't even know what they're playing here in this case, but I'm just going to treat this as if it's a cover 2 concept. You have to get depth as that corner, knowing you can always come back downhill, but you want to be in a position to high-low that and be able to play that route, or at least deflect it or make or break on it when it comes back behind you, because you can play on anything in front of you. So this is just one of those things when you're watching on film, you have to make sure your team is ready for the concepts. They know where the ball is aligned. They know where the receivers are aligned, and they know where the vulnerabilities are regardless of the coverage you're in. So, man, definitely something to a great concept on Michigan here.
All right. So what you learn about Michigan, they're very bread and butter. They're just a solid run offense. They execute well. They have little wrinkles in the run game that are always smart. And you're like, okay, they're advantaging their players, but they're just kind of showing up and seeing if you're sound and they're going to try to catch you. They're not elite passing game, but they do little things like we saw that we showed you. The quarterback's not afraid to throw it, and then they give them advantage situations. So play sound versus this team because they're going to show up and try to run over us and make this a not fun game. So that's going to be the big key. I want to see you guys over on Inside Texas, though, and joining for $1. Would love to see you over there. Jet, Drew, thank you guys very much. And we'll see you guys next week.